Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's 6th grade band concert. We are so excited to share this music we've been working on this year. Each piece tonight has its own personality, story, and a few surprises along the way.
We'll begin with Pixels by Randall Standridge. This piece sounds like stepping inside a video game world filled with flashing lights, fast action, and tiny digital adventures.
Where our pixels aren't quite aligned on screen yet.
Pixels. We got into alignment a little bit late there, but we got there. Next up is a Kenwood tradition. We want to invite some of our 8th graders up for this piece, as they played it when they were 6th graders. So I don't know about you, but at this time of year, we're leaving spring cleaning, but we haven't had time as band directors to even do that. So we're in our summer cleaning, and our house is covered in dust bunnies. Well, this stage is about to also be covered in dust bunnies, and they are taking their revenge on us. This is a fantastic concept piece by a composer named Dan Adams. Most people think these dust bunnies that are around our houses are harmless little fuzzballs, but we asked the important question tonight: what if they're plotting something?
patience while we make a switch. As you know, we were supposed to be having a lovely evening in the park with food trucks. And it rained on our concert, our parade, right? So thank you for your flexibility. We are going to get started. This is our day 1 combined band. And let's have you come up and introduce.
Our first piece tonight is Shine by Ron Grice. This piece reminds us to be confident, work hard, and let our talents shine brightly. This music is uplifting and powerful, and we hope it reflects the growth we've made this year as musicians and as a band.
tradition for the 6th grade bands to play one of the Dust Bunny pieces. We are invited our 8th graders who have played this in 6th grade to come join us once again. We'll end the 6th grade portion of the concert with Return of the Dust Bunnies by Dan Adams. Apparently, defeating the Dust Bunnies once wasn't enough. They're back, and possibly even fluffier than before. This sequel brings back the fun and imagination of the first piece, with even more musical chaos and adventure. Keep an ear out for playful moments and dramatic twists as the battle continues. After this piece, sit tight while we welcome our pop band up onto the stage.
So, 8th grade, I didn't do my job and I left all of your copies of this piece sitting on my desk at Kenwood. So if you can squeeze in with a like instrument and read off of them, you are welcome to come up, or you're welcome to fake it. All right? playing. Current 8th graders and 6th graders who are on the stage but are not in pop band, will you please go find a seat out in the great beyond out there? Okay? We will not have enough seats for all of you down here, so if you have grown-ups here that you can squeeze in, go sit on the stairs. Pop band, you're coming up onto the stage.
I don't think so. You have to get up. Okay, we'll see you at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, I kind of want to stay.
Stay?
Can I stay with Mama?
Let's go. Then I'll just take Sana.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you.
And if my high schoolers are here for pop band, you guys are welcome to come on stage as well.
Are you? Mom, where is he staying?
I don't know, he decided to.
He's gross.
He's gross.
But I'm sticking my
You wanna go sit by Kylie then? You wanna go down by Kylie?
Where are you going?
So I got the advice last week of when you are in a situation where you have to come up with a plan and a backup plan, have a really good plan and a kind of mediocre backup plan, because hopefully your first plan works. Our backup plan, we're getting through it, but I'm filling time right now because I also left the scores for pop band sitting at Kenwood. We had a list of about 3 pages of things we needed to bring. And so one of our wonderful high schoolers is grabbing their music. Our high school, just to fill you in a little bit, we have it, awesome, great. We have high schoolers who come and work with this group every Tuesday and Thursday. It's a wonderful chance for our students to work with really, really phenomenal musicians, and a chance for our high school musicians to help grow the next generation of band students. So here we go, Ada, you're up.
Pop band is our after-school band. It's made up of 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th graders. And you may also sing with some of our high school mentors here. We have 2 pieces tonight. We will start with Soda Pop from K-Pop Demon Hunters.
So once again, thank you so much for coming out to our concert, even with all the chaos happening with all of our concerts today. We do have some thank yous we want to make sure we acknowledge. To all of our administration and staff, both here, both at Kenwood and here at Lakeville North, and our fantastic choir colleague, Debbie Mason, all of our elementary and high school music teachers, and all of you, our KTMS band families, thank you so much for supporting us. Music doesn't happen without a community, and we're so appreciative of the support that we get here. It's incredible to see the progress that these students have made over the past year, whether it be our sixth graders or our pop band kids here. So I want you to just humor me for a second. And think back 2 years ago when your child came home with a piece of paper that said they're going to play the alto saxophone. And then the first time they played that alto saxophone, and it did not sound like an alto saxophone. But look where we are now, 2 years later, at the end of sixth grade, and these kids are making music, and they're making music together as an ensemble. And now, think forward, because we're not done. Because in just 2 short years, you're going to be the last concert on this concert, and we're going to be saying goodbye to them as 8th graders. And then 2 years more on from that, they're going to be like Austin here. Much taller, and a much better player because they've been playing for so long and getting such great education here in Lakeville from these awesome students mentoring the younger rising generation. So music truly brings us together, and it's been a great journey, and we have such an exciting future to look forward to. Our last pop band piece tonight is a medley of themes from Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And we want to thank our high school mentors, Austin, Ashlyn, Nora, Bailey. Oh, where are the rest of you? Is that all of us tonight? Gus didn't make it, but all of these Lakeville North students that have been coming in twice a week to help our pop band so that me and Mrs. Nielsen can be freed up to do our favorite part of our job, paperwork. It's truly been a blessing. So thank you for giving these kids the reins to lead this band. It shows just how bright the future is. So after our concert tonight, if you want to stick around for 7th and 8th grade, you can, but we are packed to the gills and we've got a ton of families out there waiting. So you've got nothing else to do tonight, feel free to stick around for 7th and 8th grade. Otherwise, we'll say something we say to the students. We need you to quickly and quietly leave the auditorium so that we can get our 7th grade concert underway. Thanks so much, and here's the pop band with Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
I'll remember it once I hear it.
Mom, are we going?
Yeah.
I need to show you something. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it right now. I'll do it in the game. Trying to make music? I can do it. I make it from
Seekers was a, I think it was very dark. The funny thing is you waved in. So maybe your vision isn't.
Hey band. Hey band. Hey band.
He's walking with his friends back from practice.
Okay, couple of directions because we've never been in this space before, okay? Remember, after you play your small group, what do? You find your spot on stage, okay? Do it quickly and quietly. If you are performing on stage, if that's your assigned spot for your small group, you're gonna be up here where the flutes usually sit. If you are assigned station 1, that's on this side. Station 2 is in the middle, and station 3 is over there. There are music stands for you, okay? All right. We have 3 minutes. I'm a stickler about starting right on time, so we'll start in 2.5. All right.
He's just waving at everybody. It wasn't until I saw him hold something like, wait, that they can't be. These folks in high school go on the country.
Concert B flat, half notes. Concert B flat, half notes. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, there we go, guys. Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 7th grade small ensemble performances. Tonight is a little different from a full band concert. Instead of performing as one large group for all of our pieces, our students will be performing in small ensembles with 2 full band pieces at the end. That means each musician has an even more important role to play. There are fewer people to rely on, so students must listen carefully, communicate, stay confident, and work together like a team.
Pairing small ensemble music takes a lot of independence and responsibility. These groups spend time rehearsing on their own, solving problems together, and learning how to blend their sounds with the conductor guiding every beat. This can be challenging, but it's also one of the best ways musicians grow. We got to choose our groups and our songs back in February, and we've had time during class to rehearse as small groups. For time's sake, we are not going to introduce each individual small group. Please refer to the program for the small group selections. Have a great time.
hearing aids.
Wipeout, you should be in Station 2. Imperial March, you're at Station 3. Go now. Get there now. Where is Wipeout? Go to Station 2. Imperial March, Station 3. Over here, right now. Go, go, go. One, two, three.
wondered what it would sound like if an elephant tried to dance. Our next piece, Baby Elephant Walk, gives us a pretty good idea. This fun and jazzy tune was originally written by Henry Mancini and has become famous for its playful melody and silly personality. As you listen, imagine a tiny elephant stomping, waddling, and maybe even showing off a few dance moves. This features Addie Nielsen on the bari sax and Luke Zhang on the alto sax.
All right, thank you so much for coming to our concert tonight. We have one last piece, and then we are going to ask that we would love to have you stick around for the 8th grade concert. It's going to be awesome. But otherwise, we're going to ask that you exit quickly because we have an 8th grade concert. Thank you so much for coming this evening. Thank you for your flexibility. I know we had all hoped that we were eating food for dinner, sitting in a lovely night out in the park. It didn't happen that way, but we're flexible. We are really grateful to our administration and our staff and our custodians, both here at Lakeville North and at Kenwood. Our fantastic choir colleague, Ms. Debbie Mason. All of our wonderful elementary and high school music teachers, and of course, all of our KTMS band families. Thank you for your support. Music doesn't happen without a community, and we are so appreciative of the support that we get here in this community in Lakeville. 7th grade band is one of my favorite years of band. I tell them this, and I don't know if they believe me. This is where things get the toughest for students. We start the year still thinking about note names and fingerings, and then we end the year talking about more advanced musical concepts like intonation, balance, blend, responsibility for your parts, clear sound production. In 7th grade, making a sound on our instrument isn't good enough anymore. We push to make those sounds beautiful. Growth isn't fun. Not many people like being pushed, and even fewer people like to practice. It's the number one thing I hear is, I don't like to practice. Nobody likes to practice. It's hard to get better at something, and it doesn't feel good when you're not good at something yet, or when you have space to grow. Middle school is difficult enough, and then you have a band teacher who says one more time, until we wonder how many more times one more time actually means. The limit does not exist. It's infinity. 7th grade band, it might not be the most fun, and I tell them this in 6th grade. I say 7th grade band isn't the most fun, and you're gonna be frustrated. But one of the wonderful things that we learn is grit and resilience, and we learn how to push through that frustration. And that's when we really start to develop as musicians. 8th grade band is a piece of cake compared to 7th grade band. All right, that is where the real fun begins. I hope you can stick around again for the 8th grade band concert so you can see what we get to do there. You'll find that your students grow exponentially because we get to play twice as much. It's pretty fantastic. You can see where your students are headed. The fun is just getting started here with band. It just keeps getting more exciting from here. And I'm really excited for band next year with these students. Like I said, it's going to be a blast. I'm going to call Emmett up here to introduce our last piece.
Some people say that band can never have too much percussion. Our percussionists took that as a challenge. The next piece is called Too Much Percussion, and it features all kinds of drums, cymbals, and loud surprises. If you suddenly feel like tapping your foot or plugging your ears, that's probably a sign they're doing a great job. Please enjoy Too Much Percussion.
Yeah, we were sitting waiting for our food to come to the table. We wanted to
Welcome to our final 8th grade concert. We're glad that you've been able to join us this evening. We've had a pretty good year, and we're really excited to share our progress. Before we get to the honor band, me, Ben, Landon, and Isaac are going to play an arrangement of "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John, arranged by me.
Our next group is our 8th grade honor band. This is made up of any 8th grade students who are interested in a little bit more of a challenge this year. We've been meeting during wind time over the last several weeks to prepare this piece for you. Our next piece, The Great Locomotive Chase by Robert W. Smith, tells the story of a daring train chase during the Civil War. Listen for the sounds of the locomotive building speed the excitement of the pursuit, and the dramatic moments along the journey. We hope you enjoy this musical adventure on the rails.
called electricity. So much of what we do in our society is dependent on electricity. Lights, phones, computers, and apparently concert band music too. Our next piece, Electricity by Brian Balmages, is full of energy, excitement, and powerful sounds that almost seem to crackle through the air. As you listen, imagine sparks flying and circuits coming to life.
Next up is Groovy Aches by Randall Standridge. This piece is all about one rhythm pattern playing over and over in a fun, creative way, and catchy, energetic, and almost impossible not to tap your foot along with it. If you leave tonight with this rhythm stuck in your head, we apologize in advance.
Hello, my name is Isaac Nightingale, and our next selection is Dance Carnival by Randall Standridge. This music sounds like a mysterious carnival arriving in town late at night, filled with masks, dancers, glowing lights, and maybe a little bit of chaos. Listen for dramatic contrasts, swirling melodies, and the feeling of a wild celebration.
After all that excitement, we'd like to slow things down with lullaby.
also by Randall Standridge. This gentle and expressive piece creates a calm and peaceful mood. It reminds us that music doesn't always have to be loud and fast and powerful. Sometimes the quietest moments can say the most.
can do better than that. Good evening, everybody. I can't see anyone because of the lights, but I heard a Mr. C out there. So, hi, whoever said that. My name is Nick Castigway, or Mr. Castigway, and I teach at Lakeville South High School. And I know that Kenwood splits, so we love both Lakeville North and Lakeville South High School. But I teach band there with Chad Beanick. And I am here, first of all, I want to say, what an awesome job these young performers did tonight. Give them another round of applause. Like, truly incredible, from chamber music to student compositions to large group pieces, multiple hours, the whole Nielsen family, it's really cool. Principal McDermott, the support is off the hook, so it's really nice to see that from Kenwood. So I'm going to selfishly plug just band in general. If you guys went this far, why not continue into high school band? And I'm telling you, when you go from a school of this size to a high school that's almost 2,000 students, it makes the building feel a lot smaller, and it makes it a lot more comfortable, I think, for that transition, because you automatically have 150 or 200 friends that you guys come into. So whether you're going to north or south, you should continue making music with your friends. It's one of the best things I've ever done, one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I hope you guys continue in your musical journey. And marching band specifically is, and I love these booms tonight. They're just happening at the right time, right? Right there. I know. I'm like, is that bass drum? No, it's thunder. So marching band is never too late to sign up. You can still sign up, and I'm sure you can sign up for Lakeville North as well. One of the biggest regrets we hear from students at the high school level, the older students, is they say, I wish I would have done marching band at a younger age when I was a freshman. And that is, honest to God, the #1 regret that I hear from students. It is one of the most thrilling, entertaining things you can do, the marching arts. And they are alive and well. We have 2 different marching bands at Lakeville South. We have a competitive band in the fall and a parade band in the summer. So whatever your commitment level is and your time allows you to do, we just hope you guys continue music in whatever fashion you can. That's also the traveling band that travels internationally every other year. So do marching band, it is awesome. We're gonna meet some of your best friends. I still best friends with my high school band buddies, so it's pretty cool. So thanks for listening to my words, and congratulations on these wonderful students tonight, the administration and all the support at Kenwood, and of course the Nielsen family. It's been awesome to listen to you guys. Congratulations and go band.
Our next piece is Holiday by Green Day. Originally released in 2004, this song became one of our band's favorite hits thanks to its driving beat and rebellious energy. Even in a concert band setting, it still brings the same excitement and attitude that made it famous.
every generation experiences getting unexpectedly rickrolled tonight. Tonight, it might be your turn. Our next selection is Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Whether you know from the radio, the internet, or someone tricking you with a mysterious link, this song has become one of the most recognizable tunes of all time. And now, we are never gonna let you down by leaving it out of the concert.
Next is Trombones on the Run by James D. Ployhart. This piece puts the trombone section in the spotlight with fast slides, exciting rhythms, and plenty of musical mischief. The trombones finally get their chance to shine, and they plan to make the most of it. We are welcoming Caitlin Peterson as our guest conductor, and Mrs. Nielsen couldn't resist the urge to pick up her trombone and play along with us.
Thank you.
much for coming tonight. We have some thank yous that we would just be remiss if we didn't express this gratitude. To our administration, both here at Lakeville North and at Kenwood, this was a team effort. I know we all wanted to be out with food trucks in the park, and it's a good thing we didn't, right? We just can't make things happen without the support of our wonderful community here. Our fantastic choir colleague, Debbie Mason, who is super, super supportive in making sure that we have everything we need, and all of our elementary and high school music teachers. And of course, all of you for being here tonight, all of our KTMS band families. Thank you for your support. Music doesn't happen without community, and we are so appreciative of the community that we have here. I have written down in my notes here, I'm not sure what to say here, and I'm trying to get something down so I don't have to wing it completely, because I have been dreading this evening for a really long time. This is a really, really special group of students. Many of them have been my students for 5 years. We went to middle school together after we were together at Huddleston for a little while, and this year has been pretty amazing with these students. I am not ready for them to move on, and usually at this point in the year, we are ready for our 8th graders to spread their wings and move on to high school, but I am not there yet. To the point where I volunteered to actually chaperone 100 kids in DC so that I didn't have to say goodbye yet. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited. And I'm no stranger to the high school. You will still see me around both programs. I tend to be everywhere I'm needed and then some places where I'm not. And I'll see them throughout high school, but it is really bittersweet to be here this evening to send them on their way. It feels like just like yesterday that we were having that same concert speech with 6th grade where I told you to think forward in 2 years and how much they would grow, and here we are. It's that time. So, I have one last life lessons with Mrs. Nielsen for you guys, okay? And I promise after, well, you'll probably still hear it from me. And this is it. Every day when we start class, I welcome you to the best room in the building, right? And you roll your eyes at me, but it really is the best room in the building. And it's because of the community that we have built there together. It is the best room in the building because we are there making music together and growing. And it's the best room in the building because it doesn't matter what else has happened during that day. Music has a way of easing our worries, lifting our spirits. And I am so grateful to all of you for the last 3 years. It really has been a huge pleasure. Thank you so much, and I'm so excited to see what you do in high school. And please don't be a stranger at Kenwood. Come back and say hi. And I hope to see you all as high school mentors there your senior year. Come help out with pop band and jazz band. And this is just we're pushing you on to the next best thing, all right, you guys? Okay, we have one last song, but I'm gonna hand it to you guys for a second, right?
We have one last surprise for Miss Nielsen before we leave. We got her gifts because she's really been the best band teacher that we could ever have asked for the past 3 years. And we wanted to do something special for her at our last performance. And we love you so much. And we're gonna talk a little bit now because you deserve to be showered in praise. I went to Huddleston, so I've had Miss Nielsen for 5 years now, and I've gotten to know her pretty well. And she's truly like the most amazing person ever. She's an amazing teacher who will keep you in line, but like help you learn too. And such an amazing person. Like, we get life lessons all the time, and if you ever just need to talk before class, she's your person every single time. Candy, like everything you could ever need, she has. And it's been so amazing, and I'm really sad to say goodbye.
My name is Lucy, I'm in the trombone section. I am incredibly grateful for your guidance and your inspiration as my band teacher. Your dedication has not only improved my skills, only uncovered my deepened skills and also made me deeply appreciate for the time and space for music. Thank you for creating such a positive and encouraging environment where I can learn how to be a great musician.
Okay, this is hard. Okay. Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm in the trombone section. I want to say thank you to Miss Nielsen. She has been my band teacher for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade now. And she came to my elementary school, CHE. And she made a huge impact on me, not just as a musician, but as a person. She has always been patient, encouraging, and willing to help whenever I struggled with band work or reading notes. She makes the classroom be a place where I feel supported and excited to learn on bad days. Her classroom became one of the classes I looked forward to every single day, and I suggest doing band. It's really fun, and I've met a lot of my best friends in it. Anyway. The lessons and memories from band will stay with me long after middle school ends. As we take the next step to high school, I know many of us will carry what she taught us wherever we go. Miss Nielsen, thank you for everything you have done for us and always believing in your students. We truly appreciate you.
Our last piece tonight comes from Broadway in Hollywood and is one of the most popular musicals from the last 25 years. It's the story of two best friends trying to find their place in the world. They find themselves on opposite sides of the story and have to make difficult choices about what their future paths will be.
As Glinda and Elphaba part ways, they sing who they can see if they change for the better. I do believe I have been changed for the better because I knew you. I have been changed for good. This encouraged one of our favorite pieces from our winter concert. Feels like right away to wrap up last middle school performance just before we head off to middle school.
Thank you for coming tonight and for all your support of our musical journeys. Have a wonderful evening and please enjoy Wicked.
One last thing. If you were somebody who was able to sign the duck this year, will you please stand up? Signing the duck is a privilege here at Kenwood. It means that they played all 6 of the scales that we hope they have mastered by high school. So you can see our duck. This is charcuterie at the front of the stage. And congratulations, you guys. Way to go.